Let's not forget, this goes all directions, back and forth, back and forth. We celebrate it when it happens to them. We think it's deplorable when it happens to us or the people we agree with. Americans are being predictable again. We got Jimmy Kimmel being censored and canceled, and the Democrats are complaining. But during the biggest cancellation era we've ever seen, the right wing was complaining. Now the right wing is celebrating Jimmy Kimmel being censored, and the left wing is saying, what happened to freedom of speech? The hypocrisy and the predictability of these things are unbelievable, you know? But let's be real and just make it plain and simple right out the gate. Number one, I don't believe anyone should lose their job over words. I don't care what it is. Number two, freedom of speech does not apply to private companies. Freedom of speech strictly has to do with government censorship. The Jimmy Kimmel thing, the main thing I want to reference as an example of both sides being predictable, being hypocrites. We have a one-to-one example. We have Jimmy Kimmel. We have Gina Carano. Gina Carano, she was fired back in 2021. MMA legend. You know, she was on the show The Mandalorian. They took her away from me, you know. Jimmy Kimmel, late night host, right? Just fired him, took him away from the people that love him. And Jimmy Kimmel used to be great when he was doing the Man Show, and he focused on the funny and didn't get caught up in all the political stuff. And he hasn't, you know, he could express his opinion with the political stuff. But expressing that opinion technically without affecting freedom of speech could lose you your job. But as a one-to-one example, the outrage and the acceptance on both sides is equal when it shouldn't be. It should be outrage on both sides. When she got fired, it should have been outrage. When he got fired, it should have been outrage. This is the same company fired somebody in 2021 during a different political time, a different climate in America. So it's like, oh, we're going to fire her for that. And now it's a different climate, and we're going to fire Jimmy Kimmel for that. And that's what people don't realize. The short-sightedness of your support for these type of things, it all comes back. It will be you at some point. Your idols, the people you worship, whether celebrities or politicians, it'll come for them, and it might come for you. You might say something on camera after a high-profile thing happens. Might just be on some YouTube. There goes your job. You gonna celebrate it then? You know, and the conservatives, they forgot about the 80s and 90s when they had control of mainstream media, and Madonna was banging Priest in a Like a Prayer video, and Sinead O'Connor's bald-headed weird ass was singing weird songs, ripping up pictures of the Pope, you know. And back then, the right wing was okay with it, right? So you see the pendulum. It just goes back and forth. NWA said suck it and don't bite it, while Tipper Gore and Al Gore were trying to swallow NWA's career. This is Democrats doing it at that time, right? And that's actual freedom of speech because it was the government doing it, right? Parental advisory stickers then go on most hip-hop records and music moving forward. Agree or not agree, that's really not the point. The point is, don't take away people's jobs, livelihood, or their lives over words. You know, Roseanne Barr, she threw up a cupcake and then sang the national anthem. You know, Kanye West is an N-word. Not that one, the other one. Howard Stern before he sold out. Don Imus hated Angel Reese before she was even born. Kevin Hart got dragged for smashing a dollhouse and making his son a queen. Let's not forget, this goes all directions, back and forth, back and forth. We celebrate it when it happens to them. We think it's deplorable when it happens to us or the people we agree with. And I don't care if you're the Subaru driving cunt that took the kids' baseball at the game. Right? You shouldn't lose your job, in my opinion. Right? But also, can we stop the hypocrisy? It'd be a beautiful thing if one day we could get to that point. Hold all of our politicians accountable equally. All of our idols, whether they're sports figures or, you know, actors, actresses, whatever it might be. You know, both sides are guilty of censorship, celebrating cancel culture, celebrating deaths of people. You know, can we legalize slaps? That's what I'm proposing here. Let's just legalize slaps. You know, not Dana White power slaps where you know, whoosh, and turn into a transformer and deliver a slap. You know what I mean? And knock people, you know, say something crazy. Just a little slap. Nothing too crazy. Look, see, the lights are going out for the slaps, man. So where was I? Slaps. You shouldn't celebrate death. Fuck your side. Don't celebrate censorship. Fuck your side. Don't celebrate cancel culture. Fuck your side. Don't celebrate war. Fuck your side. If you celebrate those things because they are in favor of your side, it will always, the pendulum will always swing right back to your side at some point. You know, the founding fathers put that in the doctrine for a reason. Now, did they live up to their words? Of course not. You know, that's a story for another day. But it was put there for a reason, right? And we can apply it now. You know, we could make America great as it can be now for its diversity, not in spite of it. Diversity of opinion, culture, religion. We should celebrate these things, right? We don't want to make America great again as in the 1900. Who wants to live like then, right? We want to make it great again like when? I don't know. Like now? Like before COVID? And we just keep working on it and make it better and better? Can we do that? Can we agree as a people to do that? You know, and for the record, Charlie Kirk, yeah, he was divisive, no question. He was a dog whistler, no question. A white nationalist, a white supremacist, that's just not accurate. It's not an accurate thing. He employed black people. He worked with the black community on many occasions, trying to do things, different programs, you know. And yeah, mind you, of course, it's to try to push his narrative, his missions, which are usually based and are always based in conservative and Christian values. And that's his prerogative. Whoever wants to follow him will follow him, right? He said a lot of things, even in context, that I would say no, hell no, right? A lot of things. But he didn't deserve to die. Jimmy Kimmel didn't deserve to lose his job. The cunt at the baseball game didn't deserve to lose her job. Gina Carano didn't deserve to lose her job. All right? Let's all agree on these things moving forward. And I understand sometimes allowing freedom of speech or not censoring can lead to some abhorrent things being said, some terrible things being said. But it's our job to say things that are better in opposition to those things. It's not our job to silence people, because then they will continue to think they can silence all of us as a whole. If we accept it one way, we accept it another, we're just always accepting it. It's just half the country at one time is accepting it and half the country at another time is accepting it. You add that all up, it's the whole fucking country. All right, so let's wake up. Let's not be woke, the old definition. Let's not be woke. Definitely not be woke, the new definition. Let's wake up. Look out for each other. Engage in conversation. Exchange ideas. And let people speak. Love.